What's up, beautiful? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kat. This is my channel. I had VSG surgery on September 1st, 2020, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 8 food swaps I've made since having VSG surgery. So when you have this surgery, a lot of times your stomach reacts to things differently than it used to, and it will progress over time. So something that might not work for you a month out might work for you after a few more months. But seeing as I am over a year post-op, these are some of the permanent swaps that I've made. So without further ado, let's jump into this. Number 1 is switching out dairy milk for some sort of nut milk. So I had been really on this non-dairy oat beverage kick from Trader Joe's. I thought it was the best tasting one, and then I really kind of took a look at some of the carb levels and the fat levels in this and reevaluated. It's not crazy. I will, of course, link all of the products that I can down in the description box below. So if you'd like to try any of these things, you can. But things like, I don't think Trader Joe's sells their stuff online. This is my last container of this. When it's done, I'm gonna be fully switching to something else, probably this cashew milk from Silk. It is 25 calories for 1 cup. 2 grams of fat, 1 carb. There isn't any protein in this, but I'm okay with that. It really doesn't bother me, and there's no sugar, which is spectacular. I have a sugar substitute that I'm gonna show you guys as well. So I also have a Planet oat milk that I'm gonna try when I'm done with this. One of the best things about nut milks is that they don't expire forever. So, after the surgery, you eat much smaller portions, and it could take me, I don't know, 2 weeks or something to get through literally like a half a gallon of milk. And so this doesn't expire until March 27th, and I bought it like 2 days ago. So having this for over a month is just spectacular. I also use this for all of my cooking needs as well. I'd never tried cashew milk before purchasing this a few days ago. It really does taste like cashews, whereas I think oat milk just tastes like I don't know, it doesn't taste like oats to me or anything, but this tastes like cashews. I love cashews. So this is a good switch. Did I switch because I have an issue with dairy? No. Is dairy a food that causes major inflammation in your body? Yes. So in an attempt to reduce inflammation in my body, I have reduced my cheese intake, though I am going to show you some cheesy items here. But I was never a big milk drinker anyway. So I primarily use this for cooking and my coffee. So when I make my coffee with this, I use 8 ounces of coffee and 1 cup of milk, so I can get a whole cup of coffee for like 30 calories. Spectacular. Number 2 is switching out a rice or potato side at dinner for a vegetable side. Primarily, I've switched to broccoli or cauliflower sides. These are some of my favorites. This is the Green Giant cheesy broccoli. This isn't like spectacular for you. It's got 7 carbs, and the fat's not that bad, but it's just, it's broccoli in a cheese sauce. So if I just had steamed broccoli, it would be better. But sometimes you want something a little bit more than just steamed broccoli. And you really do eat so little that at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. 1/2 a cup is a serving, and it's 50 calories. So, but again, this is a dairy product. So, and the other one I have here is also a dairy product, but we don't do this super often. But so switching out a rice or potato thing for a cauliflower or a broccoli thing, or an asparagus or green beans, we do a lot in the summer. My husband's been super receptive to this. I should also note that my husband has not had the surgery, so I've made these switches for both of us, and it has gone well. If you'd like a video specifically on how cooking for my husband has changed and things like that, how we eat meals together, if you'd like a video with the 2 of us, let me know in the comments below. The other option is the broccoli and cauliflower gratin from Trader Joe's. The serving size for this is 1 cup. It's 130 calories and 7 from fat, 8 from carbs, but it does have 6 grams of protein in it. 1 cup is probably too much for me if I'm eating a protein with it, and of course you should always eat your protein first. So I probably do 1/2 a cup with this, and I usually do measure it out. So, but these are great to have in the freezer, and then it's more of a potato-y type side that my husband really enjoys. Number 3 is swapping out things like Goldfish and Cheez-Its for protein-packed snacks. So If you've been here for a minute, you understand my obsession, or you know about my obsession with Quest protein chips. I probably eat at least 1 bag a day, sometimes 2 bags a day. These are 140 calories, 5 carbs, and 19 grams of protein, which is spectacular. If you're counting net carbs versus total carbs, it's only 4 carbs, which is spectacular. My plan has me following full carb count, not net carbs. So if you don't know what net carbs are, it's the total carb amount minus the amount of fiber. So this has 1 gram of fiber. So 5 carbs minus 1 fiber is 4 net carbs. So there you go, little macro lesson. But these are spectacular. I also primarily use these taco ones, like other than just eating because they're freaking delicious, for taco salads. So if I want like nachos or taco salad, this is the swap that I've made. I don't really even buy regular tortilla chips anymore because these are so good. They are a more expensive health food switch, but I buy them in bulk off of the vitamin shop, and there's usually a discount for auto ship, and they always have coupons usually, and then you can also build up points and get rewards. So this has been a major life changer for me. Next up, I'm not pulling it out of the freezer because I don't love the idea of having meat defrosting on my counter long enough just to talk to you about it. But we had just been buying whatever beef we wanted or whatever turkey or chicken products or whatever. The cheapest cuts of meat are usually the least healthy, in my opinion. You know, 80-20 beef is a lot cheaper than 96-4. It usually is. At least in Kansas City it is. So switching from 80-20 to 96-4, which can be hard to find. So a lot of times we end up with 93-7. But making that switch has also been super easy. My husband hasn't noticed much of a change at all, or switching entirely from like ground beef to ground turkey or ground chicken has also been really good for us. And we're trying to reduce our red meat consumption again for inflammation and environmental purposes. But that has been a pretty easy switch. The only thing that stinks about a lot of these alternative options is that they can be more expensive. In my opinion, if you're gonna go through the craziness of having 75% of your stomach removed, you need to make some of these switches, even if it costs a little bit more money, because you've put so much into your health already. So number 5 is switching from regular pasta to a pasta alternatives. I have a couple of pasta alternatives that we use regularly. One is, of course, protein pasta. This is the one that we prefer. This is the chickpea pasta. It has way less carbs, more fiber, and more protein, of course. There are other protein pasta options out there. The ones I have tried taste like garbage. If you have a suggestion for other protein pastas, let me know that you enjoy. We are open to trying anything, and we actually really enjoy trying new things. My husband really loves like going to a health food grocery store and just like walking all the aisles and being like, let's try this. Kind of ended up with a husband that's a foodie, which is exciting. But so this is a good option if you still want like pasta. One serving size is 2 ounces. Honestly, I probably do like half an ounce, because once you add like sauce and meat or protein of some sort on top of it, like you really don't need that much pasta. And I mean, pasta fills me up really, really fast. So I don't eat a whole lot of pasta in general, but when I do and I want real pasta, this is what I go for. When I want pasta, but I want to just add volume versus having like actual pasta, we do veggie spirals. Some sort of zucchini or squash, or I don't know, just some sort of vegetable. We do a lot of zucchini spirals. These are our favorite so far, unless we can get the ones at the grocery store. I probably need to get a spiralizer. But I'm lazy, and this is easy. So basically I just pop it in the microwave while I'm cooking everything else, drain it all off, drop it in at the last minute, and my husband likes it. He doesn't have a problem with it. Sometimes he wants real pasta, and that's when I make the bonza. So, but this is a really good option. You just keep it in the freezer and pull it out, and then you have fresh vegetables whenever you want. So next up is switching out my pancake mix. So I used to use the Bisquick mix, which in my opinion, primo. I love Bisquick. It's just delicious. It's what I grew up on. It's what my mom made. But switching out my pancake mix and waffle mix to a protein mix has been really helpful. This is the current one that I am using. This is the same company. that makes the flavor drops that I used to use in my coffee. Unfortunately, they've been out of stock in the US for almost 2 years now. So I have referenced these quite a few times on my channel. I love these, but they have been unavailable, so I've stopped talking about them because I can't get them. But it's the same company. It's also the same company, My Protein, that makes the protein powders that are like lemonade or dragon fruit. Those are spectacular. I'll go ahead and link those. There's always a link to My Protein, my referral code there. It's a general referral code that you can get as a customer. So I get like a small kickback, as in like I get points towards getting money off down the line. I haven't had to make an order with them for a long time, primarily because they don't sell those coffee sweeteners anymore. But I have had this bag for a long time. One serving is 2 scoops. I usually use 1 scoop. It's 80 calories for 1 scoop, 1 gram of fat, 10 grams of carbs, and 11 grams of protein. So that's pretty great, and I'm pretty happy with this. I know a lot of people also use the Kodiak Cake brand of protein. I tried that, but I believe it had more carbs if I remember correctly. But also the other thing when you have the surgery is that it takes you a long time to get through things like dry goods. So this has still got a lot in it, and it's gonna take me a long time to get through it. But definitely, if this is like a big thing for you and you really enjoy pancakes, I would 100% make a switch for this. You know, I also anticipate us having kids down the line, and they'll eat protein pancakes too. My husband enjoys this as well. He's really enjoyed all of the switches I've made so far, and he does not have a problem with getting healthier himself. Number 7 is switching from sugar products to Splenda products. This is primarily for my coffee, but I tried the stevia route, and I actually hate stevia. Apparently, at least the stevia that I've tried tastes like chemicals. I got like the regular stevia brand. I got a stevia brand from a health food store. I tried like coffee sweeteners from Amazon. I tried a whole bunch of stuff. They all tasted disgusting to me. Whereas like I'd used stevia when I was on Weight Watchers years ago and never had a problem with it, and now it tastes terrible. So no idea what that's about, but Splenda's a tried and true for me. And so I have switched all of my coffee needs to Splenda until the Flav Drops return from My Protein. This is what I'm gonna be using. All right, and number 8, I have spoken about quite a bit on my channel. So obviously I don't drink carbonated beverages. That's a hot topic. I feel like I talk about it all the time. But I have chosen to follow my doctor's instructions, not have carbonated beverages ever again, probably, maybe ever in my entire life. So switching out to things like Vitamin Water Zero, Gatorade Zero, and having these little water flavor thingies has worked out really well for me. My favorite one is this Walmart Great Value Tropical Pineapple Mango. This is the best one in my opinion. I probably drink one of these either every day or every other day. Sometimes it can be hard to get your liquids in, and making sure that you have things like this on hand that make water more enjoyable, I think is super important. I talked about it in my staying hydrated post VSG video. So get yourself some of these. All right, you guys, there you go. There are some of my biggest swaps that I've made so far in my VSG journey. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what swaps you've made. If you made it this far, leave me a fruit-themed emoji in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and become a Warrior Crew member if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.